These bands work so hard to get here every year. This is hours and hours and hours of practice and competing, and a lot of them received superior awards throughout the last week, which is just so impressive for any band.
Yeah, and we should mention that a lot of them raise all of their own money to get here as well. They work all year to make the trip here. Of course, the Oklahoma State University Cowboy Marching Band doing the same thing. A lot of them have to put their own time and expense into just getting here, but they're so happy to be a part of it.
That's right. Behind them, as we mentioned, the Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation Fire Department and the EMS crews. They've been providing service to the nation's members since 2000. To maximize efficiencies, all firefighters are dual trained as EMTs as well. And the Fort McDowell Fire Department has several mutual aid agreements with all the neighboring communities. The fire department wants to encourage you to take precautions and, of course, follow all the safety tips. They, along with us, want you to enjoy a wonderful and safe holiday season.
Yeah, talk about volunteers. So many of these places, especially if they're in rural areas, really depend on the types of people that just spend their time and effort not only serving the fire department, but all of the training they have to get into as well. And so we certainly salute all of those people who help keep us safe.
And we love to see what they're wearing inside the fire truck as well. A lot of families out here today able to take part in this wonderful community event. And as we've mentioned, the weather holding up nicely as this fire truck makes its way behind us.
And we want to get now to the Cradle Baby Balloon. And it's coming to us from the Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation. The smiling child helping to celebrate the spirit of the Southwest, which is the theme of this year's parade. She's floating over 20 feet above the street. There are about 950 members, by the way, of the Yavapai Nation, approximately 1,200 Native Americans living on the Fort McDowell Reservation.
This is a perfect day for it, too. No winds. Much easier to maneuver those balloons down Central Avenue. As you mentioned before, more than 3,000 steps as they make their way, so this is perfect.
Yeah, so many families out here. It's a far cry from the electric light parade that we did just about a week and a half ago or so when it was rainy, and they actually had to remove some of those balloons that they wanted to have in that parade at this point. But it's good to see that everybody's able to get out here, get in the parade, and these balloons are easy to handle because they're big and they're heavy and sometimes can be cumbersome when the winds kick up.
That's right. You know, they've all been at a secret location. All the floats, all the staging area that no one has released to the public. They've been hidden away for the past week, except to the judges who were out there working on some of the floats. Krista Stein from ABC 15, one of the people out there judging some of the groups that you'll see here today. Up next, the Fort McDowell Yavapai Veterans Association elders. In the first card that you'll see behind this banner that you see there is Frank Martinez, along with his wife Janice. Martinez served in the United States Army in the Vietnam War. He's a member of the Helicopter Crew Association and the Fort McDowell Veterans Association. Janice is president of the Fort McDowell Ladies Auxiliary. Also in car number 2 there, Colleen Stacy, a veteran of the United States Army. She's a current member of the Fort McDowell Veterans Association's Executive Committee. Riding with Colleen today is Harry Walker, and he served with the 82nd Airborne Division in the United States Army. Walker is a Korean War veteran and a member of the Fort McDowell Veterans Association. So we welcome them to the parade today.
And you'll see right behind him a horse-drawn wagon representing the Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation's Enterprise, Fort McDowell Adventures, where you can experience horseback riding through the Verde River, cattle drives, jeep tours, cookouts, and Yavapai history all in one visit. And riding in the wagon are tribal royalty members representing the 22 tribes here in the great state of Arizona. And we're out to have the newly crowned Miss Indian Arizona 2011-2012, Miss Jamie Lee Moore from the Colorado River Indian Tribes of Parker, Arizona. And the ladies all wish you a Happy New Year.
Beautiful horses out there as well. The Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation float was the sweepstakes float winner, voted most outstanding float, and it won the Spirit Award for most audience appeal as well. On the float, you'll see tribal royalty who are selected as youth ambassadors for 1 year. The royalty represented today are Miss Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation 2011 to 2012, Mariah Doka Jr., Miss Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation 2011 to 2012, Aubrey Doka Balderas, and Fort McDowell Veterans Princess 2011, 2012, Chelsea McLevain, Fort McDowell Little Missy 2011 to 2012, Alexa Armenta. The Fort McDowell float was designed and built by J.D. Winters of J.D. Productions.
And this beautiful helicopter you see here is a special-built Robinson R-44, and on board is award-winning photographer and pilot and reporter Bruce Hafner, along with his flight crew who soar above the valley daily in the Fort McDowell Casino News Chopper.
All the bright, beautiful colors are such an important part of this parade as well. Two band members. Here comes the Bulldog Marching Band. The Bulldogs came in third place at the 2010 Arizona State Marching Competition. And this is one of the groups I spoke of before. They earned a superior with distinction rating. That is so tough to get at the 2010 Arizona State Marching Festival. And they're performing Pirates today, depicting the grand adventures of a band of adventurous pirates in their quest for the riches on the high seas. Let's listen in.
Up next is the traditional doll balloon coming to us from the Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation, and this little girl is smiling down on everyone along our 2-mile parade route today. She's about 18 feet tall, and she's moving with the help of some 16, of course, volunteer handlers.
A great job to have today. They make a quick turn for us there. They show off
we got a show here.
Maneuverability out there in the middle of Central.
Wonder how long they practiced that one.
Exactly. Well, we have a Grand Marshal today that's following right behind them, Arizona Diamondback manager Kirk Gibson. And you'll see in just a moment as the doll moves down Central that they are driving on an antique fire truck donated also from the Hall of Flame Museum. And there's Amber Sullins checking in with Kirk Gibson.
Kirk, you're the Grand Marshal this year. How does it feel? Yeah, and you're here with your family, beautiful family. What a great way to head into 2012.
It's great. It's going to have a good New Year tonight, start a New Year next year, and just really happy and honored to be the Grand Marshal and be a part of this community effort.
And how about those D-backs? Looking forward to a good New Year?
Yes, I am. We want to do better, and we appreciate everybody's support.
All right, Kirk, have fun. Happy New Year. Thank you.
You know, Kirk is actually the 8th Grand Marshal from the world of baseball. For those of you keeping track, Mark Grace has taken part, Cal Ripken Jr., Luis Gonzalez, Ryan Sandberg, George Brett, and Tommy Lasorda have all served as Grand Marshal in the past here today.
We want to welcome out the Sun City Palms. These exceptional ladies displaying agility and energy, and they're designated an official Arizona treasure. Their goal is to inspire seniors to believe that you don't have to stop being active because you get a little older. They practice twice weekly in a variety of dance and marching routines and enjoy performing for old and young alike, TV shows, productions, and films. By the way, the director, choreographer, and lead marcher is 80 years young, Pat Weber. The tongue twirler is Mary Zerbel, and the performer doing the splits along the parade route is Lois Strong. Never been able to do the splits. I can't imagine doing it at age 80.
They look wonderful. Here come the tractors. They belong to the group Hit and Miss Engines and Tractors, part of the Arizona Early Day Gas Engine and Tractor Association. These tractors come from 1935 to the mid-1950s, and many of the owners and drivers that you see here either grew up driving the very tractor you see today or one just like it. This association was founded in 1979, 32 years ago. They have more than 450 family memberships now, and they hold several shows, several events each year here in our state of Arizona.
Wow, it's got to be tough to keep some of these things running. They've been around for years, but great to see that nostalgia from the farm.
Look at all the kids involved wearing their John Deere hats.
Some of these things are pretty maneuverable, too.
Oh, those kids
It's got to be a
so
great
much
experience for the kids, just to go on a hayride, except you're going right down Central Avenue.
Practicing the wave as well to thousands of people who showed up here today to take part in the parade.
Well, next and coming up right behind this tractors is the Mountain View High School Toro Marching Band. You can see them coming up right behind. The Toros came in second place, by the way, in yesterday's band championship. They are 191 members strong and directed by Scott Bergner and Assistant Director Adam Risch. They were part of the Fort McDowell Fiesta Bowl Parade in 2007 as well. Drum majors are J.T. Zervogel, Jessica Briley, and Cassidy Dittmer. And their program is based on the 6 ideals that each member is expected to follow, including respect, honor, intensity, spirit, teamwork, and service. Let's listen.
Huge band. You see the dancers there behind them taking part with the flags as well.
Yeah, I know you were in marching band when you were in high school. I mean, it's a lot of work to just march that parade route and play the instruments and do it all in formation and just keep energy up.
Yeah, especially after a big competition yesterday, so some of them are still riding high from that. Hey, we've been telling you about this on ABC 15 all week, and finally, here it is. The U.S. Naval Sea Cadet Corps honors all U.S. service members, past, present, future, and this is their replica of the USS Arizona. Now, this is a 36-foot-long scale model of the famous World War II battleship. They were actually afloat in Pearl Harbor at the 70th anniversary of the attack, just back on December 7th of this year. The Sea Cadets are a federally chartered nonprofit organization. It's designed to help kids age 10 to 18 explore any careers in the military. And their objectives are to develop good citizenship, a greater sense of responsibility, and really promote leadership skills. But this is what we've been waiting for. We've been showing you this week on ABC 15. A neat replica.
And it's great to see that many of the surviving Pearl Harbor survivors are with them as well. Great to honor those folks who've given so much to our country and continue to encourage us always to remember those who served in all of our nation's conflicts, both here and abroad. And coming up next are the Hash Knife Pony Express. Now, they have carried the official first-class U.S. mail 200 miles from Holbrook to Scottsdale, Arizona now for 54 years. They are all